While growing up, I loved sports. I loved competing. I loved anything that had to do with a ball, anything competitive, any type of sport. I loved to do it. I wanted to try everything. And my junior year, I decided to try cross country. And I didn't really like it very much my junior year. I didn't understand the running, why people wanted to run, why people wanted to kill themselves in every practice. But towards the end of my junior year, beginning of my senior year, I really began to understand it. I gained such a passion for running, such a passion for this sport, and I had a great coach that helped me along the way as well. This is actually my senior year cross country shirt. Coconino was the school that I went to. And my senior year, I decided to put everything I had into cross country. Every meet, I was competing as hard as I could. I was trying to push myself further than I had the last one. Every practice, I was trying to give it everything that I could so that I could get better, so that there wasn't any time that I could look back and be like, well, had I pushed myself a little harder here, then maybe I would have been better. I didn't want an excuse. I wanted to be able to put everything I could down and not have an excuse for why I was doing bad or why I wasn't doing what I wanted to. And my coach kept telling me that if I did everything that he asked me to, if I put in all the effort that I could, he would make sure that I did better than I ever had before my senior year at state. He told me that I would be amazed by the results that I could have as well. On my junior year at state, I had placed around 40th. Our team, I think, placed 4th, and it wasn't as good as I was hoping, that's for sure. And so then my senior year, I decided to put everything in. And we got to that state track meet. That whole year, I had put everything in. I had actually improved a lot more than I thought I could. And coming up to state, I was super nervous. I was terrified. My stomach hurt. I thought I was going to puke. I couldn't really function. I was like, Coach, I don't know if I can do this. Like, this is my senior year. This is my last meet. This is the last time I'm going to be running cross country in a big meet. This is, like, I can't let you down. I can't let myself down. I can't let my team down, my parents down, everyone there. I didn't want to let anybody down. And I kind of got into my head. And my coach, he was amazing. He was able to get me out of my own head and tell me, like, you've been practicing for this. If you're not excited about this, then what have you been doing the rest of the year? I was like, you know what, you're right. I just have to put everything in. I gotta do my best. I gotta kind of just lay it all out. I have to leave everything I could on that meet. And so I put my foot on that starting line. I was still definitely really nervous. I still felt like I was going to puke, and then the gun went off. And as soon as the gun went off, I could just feel those nerves leave. And I was like, this is my race. This is what I'm going to do. So my team and I took off, and I just kind of stayed with the top 2 people. I was up there running with them because I was like, you know what, if I can stay with them, then I'm going to be able to do better than I ever had before. And I tried to believe in myself. So I took off. I was running with them. I got through the first little bit. We were running on a golf course. I'm from Flagstaff, so it's a lot colder there than it is here in the valley, and we were running here in the valley. And so the heat was killing me, and there were so many people, and it was a golf course, so there's tiny little hills everywhere, so it was just kind of discouraging with everything. And I rounded the last little bend, and so there was just one long straight stretch up until the finish line. I was like, you know what? I gotta do this. But then my legs kept telling me, I don't know if you can do this. My legs were dead. I was dead until I heard my coach's voice, and he just sat there. He was yelling at me, and as soon as he yelled at me, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have energy that I didn't have before. He was telling me that he believed in me, that I needed to believe in myself, that he'd be at the finish line to catch me if I fell, and he wanted me to fall because then that meant that I gave everything I could. I gave every last ounce of energy, and no matter where I placed, no matter how the team placed, he would be so proud of me. So I was like, you know what, that's right. I just have to give everything. I've got to push myself harder than I've ever pushed before. So I took off. I had some crazy new energy that came from nowhere. I was able to pass about 5 people on my way into the finish line, and I ended up placing 20th, which was a lot better than I had the year before. And our team as a whole placed 2nd, which was incredible to me. It made me so happy, and it was an accomplishment. It was a long-term goal that I didn't really think possible, but then my coach knew that I could accomplish. It was something that really set me up for life as well. I realized that if you set your mind to something, if there's something that you really want, you have to go for it. And if you don't, then you're going to just have excuses. But if you give it your all, then there's not really an excuse to have. And this is something that I am so grateful for. I was so happy to be able to do cross country my senior year. I was happy with the results that I got as well. And it was something that I will definitely cherish for the rest of my life.